students. I am Shrugged and I am a verbal faculty with T.I.M.E. So in this video, we are going to discuss a brief action plan for you to prepare for VARC section for CAT 2020. Now, the points that I'm going to discuss with you is not just from the point of view of a faculty, but also from the point of view of someone who has been consistently scoring above 99.5 percentile in the CAT examination. So before we delve into it, let's first see how the sections are divided in CAT, what is the time limit, and what are the subsections in English. So there are three sections in CAT: VARC, verbal ability, reading comprehension; data interpretation, logical reasoning; and quantitative ability. The exam is of 3 hours, and you are given 1 hour each for the sections. So let's get into VARC. So the total number of questions you get in VARC is 34, out of which there are 24 questions from reading comprehension itself. So you can see weightage of reading comprehension is quite a lot in CAT. The remaining 10 questions are from verbal ability, out of which 4 questions are from parajumbles, 3 questions are from odd sentence out, and 3 questions are either from summary or from para-completion. Now, this year, there was no question on para-completion. The 3 questions were on summary, but you have to be prepared with both of them. You can get either from summary or from para-completion. One more thing, this has been the pattern for the past 4 years, so we are expecting this to be the pattern this year as well. And even if there is a slight tweak, a slight change, you can rest assured that reading is still going to be the most important in the English section. So if you look at the entire thing very carefully, you will see that CAT is highly reading centric. You do not have direct synonym and antonym based questions where you look at a word, you solve the answer. No, you don't have those questions. Every question requires a lot of reading. So we will get into RC, but before that, let me tell you what parajumbles are. Let's start with parajumbles. So in parajumbles, you are given 4 statements which are arranged in a haphazard manner. You have to rearrange them and you have to form a coherently logical paragraph. So that is what parajumble is. One more thing, you're not given options here. So you have to key in your response. So that takes a bit more time than when you get questions with options. But in parajumbles, you do not have options. Odd sentence out is very similar to parajumbles, where again you have to rearrange the statements. But there would be one statement that would not be a part of the paragraph and you have to figure out which statement is that. Summary, I think the name is self-explanatory, and para-completion is when you are given a paragraph and you have to find out which will be the appropriate end to the paragraph. Which sentence could be a completion to the paragraph from the given options. So on the face of it, you do not see any grammar or vocabulary or even critical reasoning. But all those skills are required at the back end to be able to perform well here. So these are things that you have to study. And apart from this, you also have to study vocabulary, grammar, and very importantly, critical reasoning. Now, what are you supposed to do for vocab? Are you supposed to refer to any book? What are you supposed to do? Just attend the classes. You come to the class and we'll teach you sufficient number of words that will help you out in performing well in these examinations. What you need to do at your end is, after we have taught you the words, go home, make sentences with those words, and then get those sentences checked by your faculty. Because the faculty would be able to figure out whether you have understood the word and you are able to use it properly or not. The contextual usage is very important. Just knowing the synonym and the antonym of the word does not help. You need to know when is the word to be used. So just attending the classes would be sufficient and revising those words, making sentences. Grammar, again, classes are enough. You do not have to go anywhere beyond that. Critical reasoning is a very important topic because even this year, there were CR questions, critical reasoning questions in reading comprehension CAT. So there were questions on how to strengthen the author's argument. You have to figure out the main argument of the entire passage. And from the options, you have to see which statement strengthens the argument the best. So for these type of questions, you need to study critical reasoning. Critical reasoning helps you in critical reading as well. It helps you in reading between the lines. It helps you in thinking critically. As someone aptly said, you might have heard of this, think before you speak, read before you think. So you have to develop your thinking skills as well, for which all you need to do is read well and critical reasoning. Now let's discuss some reading. The habit of reading, I know it's a cliche, I know you have heard it many a times, but there's no way around it. You have to read. Now it is said that it takes 21 days to develop a habit, so it's high time for you now. Start reading today. What are you supposed to read? Now for cat, right now it's not one size fits all. Some of you might already be avid readers and some of you might be beginners, some of you might hate reading. So for the ones who hate reading, who are beginners, you have to start with books which are entertaining and which are easy to read. The language should be easy. So for the beginners, I would recommend books by Agatha Christie because first of all, she wrote very well and the books are easy to understand and they are fun to read. So you can start with books by Agatha Christie. You can read books by Khaled, The Kite Runner. You can try out these books, or you can read Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. You can read Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. All of these are entertaining books. But the ones who already are avid readers, you should read books like 1984 or any book by Ayn Rand, The Fountainhead, Atlas Shrugged. So these are the books that you should read. I will attach the names of books in the description box below, the books that are recommended for beginners and also for avid readers. But one thing all of you have to keep in mind is you have to read across genres. You cannot stick to just one type of a passage because cat has variety. Like this year, in the morning slot, there were passages on, like I said, topophilia, topophobia. Have you ever read anything of this sort? There was passage on the story of Aladdin, who wrote it, what was the context. So, and there was a contemporary passage related to shopping, related to internet shopping. So there's a lot of variety. Contemporary is always going to be easier for you, anything related to the internet, these kind of passages will be easier. But you have to be well versed in passages pertaining to science, philosophy, psychology, sociology. So you have to read across genres, that has to be kept in mind. Now, this is a frequently asked question. Many students have often asked whether it's necessary to read books. So I would say it is necessary, but it's not compulsory. So if you do not like to read books, there is the option of sticking with articles. You can read blogs, you can read articles from good sources. Don't read random blogs, don't click on anything that pops up on Facebook. Because who is going to vouch for the authenticity and grammatical correctness of those blogs? So if you're reading blogs, then or if you're reading articles, you can read from the Harvard Business Review, Wall Street Journal, the Economist, Frontline. Again, I'll attach the names of these magazines in the description box below and some websites as well. Having said that, so you can go for article reading, but book reading has an added advantage. You will have an edge over others during the interview process because the interviewers always love a reader. So your chances of cracking an interview increases if you are a genuine reader. One more thing, don't try to fake it. Don't think that you can read just for 2 months and you can pass off as a genuine reader. You'd get caught in the interview. So I suggest start reading books. In the extreme situation that you cannot read books at all, then only stick to articles. Otherwise, I suggest read everything. Now, one very important thing that I would like to mention is sometimes when students start reading, they do not really understand the content that they are reading and thereby get demotivated. So for that, I would like to tell you we are always there for you. Whenever you do not understand a passage or a book, if you're not getting a hang of it, get in touch with your faculty. We will sit with you, we'll clarify your doubts, we will help you understand those concepts. So that will help develop an interest in the topics for you. Don't leave the topics. Trust me, don't leave them. You never know, those topics might come in the examination. So come to your faculty, clarify your doubts with them. Okay, having said that, now let's see what exactly are you supposed to do in these 8 months since we have almost touched March, the month of March now. So right now you have to be, most importantly, develop the skill, read. Apart from that, you'll also learn how to read in our first class of reading comprehension. You can start with your reading, but there's a method to this madness as well. How are you supposed to read? That will be covered in the class. Do not let anything pile up. Whenever you do something in the class, go home, revise it. And also practice similar questions on the same topic from the books that we provide you. In a couple of months, your test would start, so write your tests properly. The tests are going to be of 3 hours, the AIMCATs are going to be of 3 hours. So you have to write them properly, and then you have to put in enough time in analyzing your AIMCATs. Again, that is a place where we come into play. Try to analyze it yourself. If you're not getting it, then get in touch with your faculty. The faculty will let you know how are you supposed to analyze the AIMCATs. So clarify your concepts, clear your concepts, write your test, and towards the end, in the run-up to CAT, towards the end, in the last couple of months, you have to decide your own strategy, as in, what is your strength, what is your weakness, which area are you going to focus more on during the examination, is there any type of question that you are going to leave? All these things have to be decided towards the end. So that is it from our side right now. Hope the information was helpful to you. If you have any queries or questions, you can always comment in the comment box below. You can ask the queries and we'll make sure that we answer all of them. So all the best for your preparation. Thank you.